We are going to demonstrate some of the new changes that will be rolled out to the Vita platform. The changes to Vita will not affect any of the functionality you've become accustomed to using. The only changes we have made are to the graphical user interface of the Vita application. These changes will allow the Vita application to self-size on any screen or device you choose to use, whether that is a laptop, tablet, or cell phone. Here I have two instances of Vita side by side. For the purposes of this demonstration, I will walk through the screens on both versions to see the differences. Here on the login screen, we see our first difference. It's purely cosmetic. All of the functionality here remains the same. So I will enter my username and password and then be greeted with the welcome page. Some users in Vita may have multiple user roles, and to switch between them, they have been accustomed to coming here on the left-hand side and clicking this drop-down menu. In here, you will see all of the user roles available to you. In the new version, that drop-down has moved to the right-hand side, but all of the functionality remains the same. You scroll through a list of user roles and you select the role you wish to enter. Some users in Vita also have multiple modules that are available to them, such as the births, deaths, fetal loss, issuance, and configuration. That drop-down menu remains in the same place. It just looks slightly different now, but all of the options, again, are the same. I will now proceed by entering into the births module and show you what the queue, new certificate, and query screens look like. On the queues screen, you have a list of all the queues, if it's assigned to your facility or to just you, and which field you wish to sort by. All of that is still here. On the new certificate page, you have a handful of fields that you will search for a record on to do the duplicate check. Those are all still here. And the same with query certificates. So let's go ahead and put in a sample record into this system. So this is what the duplicate check will look like if there are any duplicates. In this scenario, I will go ahead and create a new certificate on both. So now this is the record itself, and here's where we will see most of the changes. This left-hand side here that contained all of the tabs of the child's birth record now appears a bit different. We have enlarged the icons a bit and increased the font size, as well as put them within these blue buttons. This menu on the left-hand side now is also collapsible. If you would like more space to be able to look at these fields, you can collapse that menu, and now you get more space here. And you can bring it back by just hitting the button again. As you see, the button changes to indicate which direction you can move the menu. So this way would be moving it to the left. If you want to pull it back out to the right, you hit it again. I will go ahead and perform a save on this record so that we can see the validation messages. Typically, the validation messages appeared at the top of each of these tabs in this red box. Now, the validations appear in this hidden menu labeled validations. And similar to the left-hand menu, you can collapse them or pull them out. Once you pull them out, you see that it's the same red box with all the same validation messages. None of the wording has changed here. It's all the same. Just the way you interact with this window has changed. So I'll just go through some more of these tabs. So to increase the usability and readability of the application, we have applied this border, this dark border around all of the sections of the page that logically made sense to group together. So the entire mother's mailing address, that will receive one border around it. Mother's residence will receive another one. And this is what it looked like before. You had all of the fields just sort of stacked on top of each other. It made it a bit more difficult to read specific fields at a glance, and now that's improved a bit. The ability to go next, previous, and save has all remained the same. Those are the same three buttons there. So these changes that you're seeing will really transit will go down to every page here. So the changes you've already seen, they'll go to every page. I'll jump now to the debts module, and we can take a look at what some of the differences there are. Again, with the queues, new certificate, and query page, those are all the same as they were before, just some minor cosmetic changes. And we'll go ahead and create a sample record here as well. No new records found. We'll create a record. So deaths, we'll see some more changes, even more than births. Again, you have the same collapsible menu on the left-hand side, which has all the same titles as it did previously. I'll go ahead and perform a save on this record so we get the validation messages. Those, again, are the same as they were in births. Uh, it's just a red box that's collapsible to give you more space on the screen. And then within deaths, we also further subdivided all of the fields. Instead of just wrapping that border around, we further subdivided the fields into their own tabs. And then I'll go through some of the other pages. We'll do birth and residence. Again, you see the tabs. Certain screens did not get the tab treatment just because there wasn't enough information on the screen to warrant multiple tabs. Um, this would be an example of one. Cause of death we'll look at next because that has quite a few tabs for all the different sections. So we have pronouncing information, cause of death, injury, forensics, certifier, and registration information. All of the fields will be the same as before. They've just been separated into their own tab just for user readability and usability. I believe there's nothing left to really show what you've seen in this video. These changes will sort of be in everywhere in Vita. Uh, the style of drop down will be similar in other places. So if I didn't get to show it in this video, if you know that there's a drop down in another screen that I didn't get to highlight, it will most likely be very similar to the ones that we've already taken a look at. So do keep that in mind. So, thank you for your time.